gents. Shout more jobs out. Let's get a list going.
Fireman.
Yeah, we've got that one, Mickey love.
Newsagent.
Good.
Policeman. Carpet fitter.
Yes, that is a job, isn't it?
Doctor. Vet. Tennis player.
Football player.
Just a minute, gents. Tennis player.
Fireman.
Window cleaner. Gardener. Architect.
Slow down.
Tinker. Tailor. Soldier. Spy. Butcher. Baker. Candlestick maker.
Yeah,
Fisherman. Builder. Labourer.
Yeah, all right, clever Dick. That's enough now.
An astronaut.
Peace out. You can shout out as many jobs as you like, Ross. You're never gonna bloody get one, you worthless dull scum.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the League of Gentlemen.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. When you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange.
Four handsome and talented young men, ladies and gentlemen. Well, maybe not so young, but... all right, lovely to have you here. Now, League of Gentlemen, a great show. Oh, well, first of all, I should introduce you probably to people, because collectively, League of Gentlemen, but individually, Reece, I believe?
Yes, that's correct.
Mark? Mr. Steve Pemberton?
That's right.
Why does he get the full
Quite
name?
place the one at the end. Who's the... Because you were never in it, were you, Jeremy?
Not really, no.
This is Jeremy, and so you write the whole show?
No, I don't. No. I write it with my three colleagues here.
Oh, I see. So they write and perform. You just do a little bit of writing.
Just enough to keep me involved.
So I imagine then the money is split pretty much in their favour.
It's, no, it's all very fair. It wouldn't work otherwise.
All right, so you guys, how long have you been together doing this? Because I've been aware of the show since, when did it start? About 98, 99? 1999, 6 years ago. Presumably you were working together before that for a while. When did
We went to college. I mean, me and Mark were in the same year and Reece was the year below. Bretton Hall, Leeds.
Now shut.
Yeah. Now shut.
Police training college.
But funnily enough, I was saying to someone, because I was talking about doing a college reunion, and I said, it's 10 years since we started. It's actually 20. 86
years.
86 we met, so we've known each other 20 years.
But you weren't doing the same sort of stuff back then, presumably, were
Same
you?
jokes.
Was it same old jokes. So what were you doing initially?
Legs Akimbo Theatre Company. Yeah. That is what we were doing. Physical theatre.
So the stuff that actually now turns up in League of Gentlemen, you were writing way back when?
Because in those kind of drama schools, you're not taught to be an actor, you're not taught diction, and you know, you're taught how to do things as a group. It's a lot of improvisation. So if there's a forest fire, everyone's sort of part of the fire. If there's a forest,
Still works.
everyone's a tree.
But this isn't really what grown-ups should be doing with their time.
Well,
is
we
it?
were children then, it's all right.
And when you were there studying this, did you think maybe I should study something proper?
Well, it was a degree, ultimately, but it was like having a degree in washing up.
Yeah, it's got so the League of Gentlemen, an award-winning show, very popular show,
multi-award-winning,
but still kind of something, in a way, something of a kind of an acquired taste.
Yes.
I thought when it was on TV. How would you explain it to people watching who maybe haven't seen the show, aren't that familiar with it?
Well, we've been trying to think of what it is for 10 years. We haven't really thought of it. It's like a sketch show sitcom with weird characters.
Scum.
But character-led, yes. We started out with sketches that we kind of cobbled together with the idea that they all lived in this same weird town. And then that kind of took over and we began to write more for the stories. I'm really selling it, aren't I? And so it became, by the third series, very much an ongoing thing, and each episode you would have to kind of tune in and follow the story of the characters. But they're all essentially weird characters.
A rich experience, though, it became by the end, because the characters had taken on lives of their own and woven themselves together in weird and unpredictable ways. But the first time I saw it, I was amazed you got it made, to be honest with you, because it was so bizarre and it seemed so strange, especially for the time. Now, so maybe not so much, partly because you've paved the way, but certainly at the time it seemed really weird. Was it hard getting it on? Was it hard selling
I
it?
remember that the then director of BBC Two said it was the strangest thing he'd ever seen.
Which we thought was a great compliment,
Yeah.
because obviously they get a lot of quite samey, homogenous stuff, so it was a bit of an inspiration
To shoot for something strange like that.
Yeah.
And who decided who played whom? I mean, presumably you come up with the character to play yourself, because obviously Jeremy doesn't do very much, we've established that, but the rest of you are both writing and slaving away performing.
Yeah.
And there are like 90-odd characters that you've performed.
There are now, yeah, we play...
100.
Is there 100 now?
100 characters.
Steve
Bumped it up. We've reached the point where we can now retire.
And of that 100, how many are good?
I'd say 13%.
But they're all, I mean, almost all, I guess, grotesque or are kind of like just so strange as to be not the kind of people you'd want to spend any actual time with if indeed they existed.
Clearly not as strange as us, though.
Well, no, but you're strange in a manageable way. Now, my favourite character, I think, of all of them was Daffyd, the only gay in the village. Now, he is the... But there is a similarity, it seems, between some a little bits of... And you worked with the guys a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah. I wrote the entire series.
OK, now, I'm very excited and delighted to say that the League of Gentlemen have not said goodbye to the characters forever, because I guess when the series ended in 2002, was it?
Yeah.
That could have been it for them. And presumably for a while you maybe thought that was.
It wasn't. We didn't think of it as being an end, because actually we had...
Well, we just went straight into writing the film, so...
So that took a while then, 2002 and now we're 2005.
That's what we've been doing with our days.
But I'll be honest with you, looking at it, no disrespect, it doesn't look like it
feel
took
like
that
it,
long
does
to write. No, I always feel that writing shouldn't take as long as it obviously does, not ever having written anything...
Raising the money.
It was about 8 months of writing it, and then the rest of the time was trying to persuade someone to film it.
And was it expensive? Does it take a lot of money to make a film? I mean, presumably here's a film which you know is going to do fairly well in the UK, and maybe in a few other territories, but you can't guarantee it's going to do well all over. So that's got to be a factor in how much you can raise for
Well,
it.
it was difficult for us because they made the positive of us having an audience into a negative, because they said, yeah, you've got that audience, but who else will want to see it?
Yeah.
So that was what we had to kind of convince them.
But very bravely, yeah, and it's a very it's a peculiar film. It's a great film, but it's very strange. It's very bold, what you've done, because, of course, as you point out in the movie, you could have just taken all the characters and they could have gone to Spain for holiday. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, I'd have been happy with it. I love films. Carry On Abroad is a fine film. And didn't on the bus's character, didn't they go...
Are you being served?
Are you being served when abroad as well?
Yeah.
Did Alf Garner go abroad?
No.
Yeah, he should have done. Dad's Army never did, but obviously those were different days. But it's a very strange film. And once again, if we wanted to explain the basic premise of the movie, how would we do that?
Well, the story is the characters from our television comedy programme realise that they're characters in a television show. And their world, Royston Vasey, where they live, is coming to an end. So they have to break out of the pretend world that they're in and enter the real world and meet us and try and convince us.
Well, nicely done. Yeah. And I like the fact you went quiet, because obviously you have rehearsed that. Let's have a look at a clip. This is a clip for Apocalypse, and I'm delighted to say I genuinely liked it. I would have said I liked it even if I hadn't, to be honest with you. But I would have said it in such a way that people could have worked out that I didn't actually. And when's it out of the cinema?
June the 3rd.
OK, you can pay to see it from June the 3rd, and it's money well spent.
A small town is under threat. Dark omens are appearing, foretelling its doom. Now, to save themselves, the locals must venture to a strange new world. Ours.
But you're not real.
We are now.
Where were we?
Lip.
I've just come over a little queer.
Tips.
Hello? Hello.
There's an old fella in the toilet!
The League of Gentlemen's Apocalypse.
It's great fun. I laughed all the way through. And, you know, I didn't know whether I would enjoy it as much as I did. And it is such a ridiculously out there premise that it could well have fallen flat on its face, but it was delightful. I so love the character of Hare Lip.
Thank you, based on you.
What's not to love about a gay German paedophile?
Indeed.
All the best things, right?
All of the funniest elements of society in just the one man. But you do, I'm always amazed, I mean there, you know, I'm assuming that's either prosthetics or something under your lip, is it? That you do
Yeah, it's like a mouthpiece that pushes the lip out. And I actually glue my eyes down onto my face.
But what do you do to get that look? Oh, I see, that's what you're saying.
Right, yeah.
But it's got to be, I'm amazed by how ready you all are and willing you are to make yourself look as grotesque as possible. Yes. Well, apart from you, Reece, you don't actually as often. You often appear quite handsome in a minute.
Well, thank you very much.
I think nurturing your bosom, there's the hope that you'll be the next Hugh Grant.
Do you think I might be?
You could do a romantic lead, no disrespect to the rest of you.
Thank you very much. Is this why I'm sat here nearest you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're my favourite.
Yes.
Do you ever work separately, though? I know you act a little bit separately. I saw you recently in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Steve.
That's right.
I guess you all do little bits and pieces, but, I mean, is it one of those things where you have to tell the others what you're doing before you go off so that they kind of know what's going on? Or
You kind of have to factor it in if you think you might be away for a bit. I'm doing As You Like It with Sienna Miller at the moment.
Oh, listen to that.
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
It's Shakespeare language, so I'm going to grow
So
my hair
all
like
the
yours.
rainforest study paid off.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I'll be doing that, Breton Fire at the background.
That's a proper acting job.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay.
And that's until September. Then we're touring again. We're doing another live show at the end of the year. So we do kind of always try to have this as our main thing.
But what a nice thing it is, because essentially you've got 4 people who presumably you'll get on reasonably well,
We
do you?
get on better now, actually, in all truth.
Yeah, now it's successful.
Yeah. So could you imagine not doing it? Is there a period when you wouldn't want to be together? You wouldn't want to become hair-lip again? for
It's a
example?
strange sort of thing because we want to. We don't want to split up acrimoniously like most sort of groups and bands do, and the best
Eventually,
way to do it is just to sort of keep ourselves fresh by working on other stuff and actually coming back together because we want to. You know, if we want to do another film, which we'd love to.
I hope you do keep working together. And I hate that when people stop doing stuff. I mean, I got a bit angry when you stopped doing the League of Gentlemen this year. I didn't know you were going
We
for
didn't
the movie.
stop doing
Yeah,
it.
but it felt like you stopped doing it because you weren't around for a while. It's like when Steve Coogan stopped doing Partridge. I feel like we should force him, the government or someone should say, you have to keep doing it, whether you like it or not, because that's what you do best.
Okay.
And suitably, I believe that you should have to stay here this evening and write another series. How long can it take?
Really quickly, yeah.
Apparently not very long.
I really wish you the best of luck with the movie.
Thanks,
It is, genuinely, it's one of the funniest films I've seen for a long while, but also it's fresh and it feels totally British and it's got stop-motion animation in it and there's a bloke called Mr. P and another man lives in the toilet. What more could you possibly want? All right? It's really good. Oh, one final thing. You used to work for Rolf Harris, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Please just tell us, what did you do for Rolf Harris?
I used to answer Rolf's mail at HTV West.
Tell them about what you did.
And I used to forge his signature. And I used to forge his little... I used to
So
forge
if there are
his
any
little
children watching who wrote
kangaroo.
in for kindly old Rolf Harris's autograph when he was doing cartoon time?
Yeah.
So people would write for an autograph and you would forge your autograph?
Well, it was huge. It was just like a massive hit, and you know, we just had to.
And he does an autograph with his face on, didn't he?
It was a little kangaroo, Rolf Harris it was called.
Yeah, but you drew one with a big knob on it one time.
On my last day, I drew them all with big.
You sent it to a child?
Yeah.
His name is Macaulay Culkin.
And on that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, the League of Gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. When we edit that will be just ever so marvellous. That was great, thank you. I wasn't picking at it. Well done, it was great. Thank you, Jeremy.